Today we are making Philly cheesesteak sliders. This recipe is not only extra beefy, extra cheesy, super easy to make, but it'll feed your entire family or an entire group of the boys. Is it Sunday game day? Is it game night? Are you having people over just to sit in a circle and play Dungeons and Dragons? Whatever it is that you're doing, this ultimate Philly cheesesteak slider recipe is going to be a game changer. And after watching this video, all this cheesy, delicious goodness will be yours to share with your family and friends. What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are making Philly cheesesteak sliders. You all know what a slider is. It's a mini sandwich. Typically you order them as appetizers, but today we're not going anywhere to order this. We're gonna make it right here in this kitchen. And hopefully after this video, you can have it in your kitchen. This recipe is super simple, high in protein, and as always, we're putting a healthy twist on it without sacrificing any flavor. So without further ado, if you guys are ready, let's get this epic recipe video underway. Are you ready? Let's do it! Yeah! So in order to make our sliders, we need little mini hamburger buns, but we are not going to use buns. We are going to be using simple dinner rolls. You can get a pack of these at Walmart for like $1. We went ahead and got 2 packs. We might not use all of them. These are going to be great because we're going to be baking this recipe in the oven to make sure everything is melty, gooey. When you pull it out, it is perfect. So these rolls will actually cook in the oven and it's going to be great. Trust me, it's going to be great. I'm going to go ahead and open up our first pack here. And what I love about these is they're already in these portioned little sizes. All we got to do is split them down the middle. So I'm gonna go ahead and lay them all down here. You know the diet is real when the smell of simply plain bread just gets you aroused. I can smell the gluten. Now what we're gonna do to each of these is grab one of our rolls, get yourself a nice sharp knife. By the way, I love this knife kit. It was like super cheap on Amazon, link in description. Gives you a ton of different knives, can't go wrong. They haven't failed me yet. Take our knife and just go right down the middle. Bingo. Got it split into a bun, move it to the side, and we'll continue that with every single one of these. So there's a little bit of leg work in this recipe, just a tiny little bit. I mean, this is probably the hardest part right here, but you do this, I'm telling you, whoever you have over and tries these, they are gonna thank you and forever be in your debt. Similar to a Wookiee life debt. You call them no matter what, they gotta show up. And once you have your rolls split, get your baking dish. You want it to be a little deep because we're gonna be adding layers to this. Then you're gonna hit it with a little bit of cooking spray so nothing sticks. Make sure you get the sides too, because we're gonna have a lot of cheese in this thing. Perfect. And then you're gonna take your split bun, you're gonna take the top and set it off to the side, and we're gonna make a layer across the entire bottom of this pan with the bottom of our slider buns. Just tuck it in here, and then get them nice and snug in here together. The more we can pack in here, the better, and the more mouths you're gonna be able to feed. Or if you're a glutton like me, the more you'll be able to stuff your face. Looks like here we're getting about 5 bottom buns in each roll. And boom, so our 1 pack gave us this much, which means we probably need about half of the other pack. So I'm gonna go ahead and split those up and line this out. And now we are good. As you can see, we got the bottom buns completely lining, our sprayed baking pan, have all of our top buns right here to add on later. Now, let's get to the fun part. Now, the first step to make these really good is topping the bottom of our buns with something special. You know that I put healthy twists on all these recipes, so what we're gonna do here is hit every single one of them with some I can't believe it's not butter spray. You get butter flavor and 0 calories. This stuff is underrated. If you ain't worried about calories, you can either put some mayo over top of this or just some simple butter. These are rolls, so the butter is gonna accentuate that flavor and it's really gonna pop. But if you're me and you're trying to look good naked, just follow exactly what I'm doing. I would never steer you wrong, baby. Take our spray and go through and hit every one of these buns. And the final one, boom, looking good. Once they're all covered, we're gonna add our first cheese layer. It wouldn't be a Philly without the cheese, man. Cheese layer 1, as you guys might have been able to guess, shredded mozzarella cheese, but we're doing fat-free. We get extra protein that way and no fat, which takes those calories way down. So you don't feel like a bear hit with a trank dart after having a few of these. We'll be using an entire bag or about 7 ounces of this fat-free cheese. Telling you, man, this is gonna be a cheesy concoction. We ain't leaving any cheese on the table. So I think we can all agree here. The more cheese, the better. And you don't gotta use fat-free cheese if you don't want, but I find, man, once you cook it, especially you bake it the way we are, you really can't tell a difference, man. You give this to somebody and you don't tell them it's a healthier version, which I find with most recipes we do. They wouldn't even know. Cheesy, cheesy, cheesy. Go ahead and dump the rest of this on here and try to get a nice, even spread across everything. And keep in mind, this cheese is going to melt when we bake this. So if it's not perfectly covered, it won't be a big deal because it's gonna melt and spread out a little bit. And that looks amazing to me. Does it look amazing to you? looks amazing to me. We are actually almost done with this recipe, guys. Bottom layer is done. Buns are separated. Now we need to fill this with meat. I will be using 2 pounds of 96.4 lean ground beef. About $5 a pound, but we're saving a ton of fat, a ton of calories. We get extra protein, no carbs. This is literally, if you're dieting, the best meat to use. Beef meat. So I got a large mixing bowl here. We are going to be seasoning this meat. You don't necessarily have to, but it's gonna make the entire recipe that much better. So I'm gonna throw 2 pounds in my mixing bowl and start adding seasoning. Seasoning this will actually be really easy. A little bit of onion powder, perfect. Some garlic powder because everything's better with a little bit of garlic. Some black pepper because, I mean, ground beef without black pepper, I don't even think that's ground beef. Nice. And then last but not least, pink Himalayan sea salt. Perfect. And then we mix. And I get asked a lot about the sodium content in some of these recipes, and to be honest, sodium isn't really something I pay that much attention to. As long as you're drinking enough water, I don't really think it's that big of a deal. And I think salt gives food so much more flavor, but I never pay attention to sodium. So once it's all mixed up, you shouldn't be able to see any big lumps of seasoning. Everything should look well incorporated throughout. And once we're done with that, it's time to cook it. I got my big 15-inch cast iron pan preheating on the hottest temperature. It's gonna cook faster this way, save us some time, and I find a preheated pan really adds to the flavor. This pan is perfect for meal prep because it's so big, and I swear cast iron makes things taste better. Link in description for this exact same one. It's pretty cheap and you'll never need another pan again. Hit it with some cooking spray. Ooh, that preheated smoke. And once she's there, dump your meat in. And then once your ground beef is done, you're just gonna dump it right into the slider pan. Might seem like a lot of beef, but I'm telling you, once this cooks up, you're gonna be happy you did it this way. And then go in and just spread it out. You don't have to use your hand. This is really hot. I didn't think this through. So learn from my mistakes. Ooh, oh, this smells so good already. The smell is coming off this beef, guys. When you season it the right way, you get a little bit of that garlic, that onion powder. Ooh, these are gonna be beefy boys. Look at that, man. That is perfect. Now the next step is personal preference, but I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do here. We're gonna add another cheese layer of reduced fat pepper jack cheese. I'm a big pepper jack fan. I like everything a little spicier. This reduced fat is gonna save us on some calories. But if you want the absolute healthiest version of this recipe, just do 1 more bag of the fat-free mozzarella on top. But to be honest, I think mixing 2 different cheeses is your best bet. If you want that classic Philly, then don't use pepper jack, use provolone. But regardless, whatever cheese you use, as long as it's cheese, this is gonna be popping. So now I go through and take my pepper jack cheese. Now don't you rip on me. Get in the game. And sit it down across the tops of our slices here. Boom, boom. You guys starting to see how this is coming together? I mean, I don't claim to be an expert or anything, but I will say if you make this, you won't regret it. And boom, we got our cheese spread across the entire top layer. So this is gonna melt down into the beef. The cheese below is gonna melt and caress the beef ever so gently. It's gonna be just a cheesy mess. And we're almost done, guys. Let's keep it moving. Remember the top bun? We're gonna go through and do the same thing we did the bottom ones and hit them with some I can't believe it's not butter spray. Like I said, it's gonna add a ton of flavor to these. Nice buttery, cheesy, beefy, little garlicky from the mixture we put in the beef. They're gonna love you for this one. And now that the top buns are buttered, we're gonna go in and layer them into our baking sheet. And this is literally like the final step. I mean, we gotta bake it, but other than that, this is about as easy as it gets, man. You're gonna have the perfect family or friend get-together snack. They're gonna think you're an expert for throwing together. On top of that too, if you don't even tell them, I won't if you won't, this is a healthier recipe. We can keep it a secret. It'll be our secret until they find this video on the internet and you're exposed. But until then, secret's safe with me. And, oh, look at that, man. That is perfection. Get a load of this, guys. Our sandwiches are fully built. Hug in the pan. So now we just gotta pop it in the oven. And then after wrapping it with some foil, we're gonna throw it in a 350-degree oven for 20 minutes. Boom, boom. Set a timer, and we're off to the races. Woo. And after about 20 minutes in the oven on 350, we're gonna do one final little hack. Gonna take our foil off. Ooh, those are looking so good. The cheese is almost melted, which is perfect. We're gonna add 1 more layer of butter to the top of all of these rolls. Boom, boom, boom. Perfect. Then just a little bit of parsley on top to give it a little bit of color. I think it just adds to the overall presentation. Not really sure about the flavor, but I think those little specks of green are just gonna make it look nice. And half the battle is making your food look nice, man. Then after that step, we throw it back in the oven on 350 for 10 more minutes. And we just pulled these out of the oven, and the smells coming off of this are just insane. And as you know, we gotta do a cheese pull. Let's see what we got here. And, okay. Oh, baby. Are you seeing that? Wow, that looks magical. And look at the way that cheese is just perfectly melted on there. The pepper jack on top, the mozzarella on bottom. You can smell the butter. Oh, we gotta try this. We gotta. All right, my favorite part of making these videos, man. It is taste test time. Let me get down in here. What I love about this pan here is it holds heat so well, so it should still be melted and good. See, the top of this is like, it's like a roll, man. And then the cheese and the beef. Take a look at what I'm about to indulge in here. Hopefully that focuses, and we will go ahead and give this a try. You ready? 3, 2, 1, let go. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, this is heaven. Wow. Mind blown. Upon first bite, you're biting into a roll, like a buttered roll, right? Imagine that. You hit the buttered roll and then you hit the cheese. First you got the mozzarella you taste, and then after you chew a little bit, that pepper jack up top kind of hits you. It's not spicy, it's not overpowering, but it's definitely a switch up. Super gooey, super creamy. And that beef, the way we seasoned it, especially for leaner ground beef, oh my gosh. The real winner here has to be the roll with the butter and the cheese though. Like that is just, oh my gosh. Wow. You know we gotta do another one. All right, let's pull a fresh one. Oh, look at that cheese pull. Look at that. Look at that. I imagine heaven is literally filled with Gatorade Zeros and endless Philly cheesesteak sliders. That's what heaven is. And women in bikinis. Or men in Speedos, whatever your preference. All right, let's give the second one a try. Make sure it's not a fluke. It ain't a fluke. It ain't a fluke. This is killer, man. And how simple was this to make? Seriously, I mean, other than putting this together, slicing your buns in half, whatever, like you put that little bit of work in. That's why I always stress everybody learns how to cook. Because like this isn't hard to make at all, right? But you could make this for game night, family night, movie night, whatever, especially with the healthier twist we put on it. And once I read these macros off, you're gonna be like, wow, God knows what he's talking about. And then everybody's happy, man. It's like snack size. You grab one, you eat one, you're not committed to an entire big hamburger, right? Perfect. Wow. I am so happy with myself right now. It's not even funny. You guys like the video so far, smash that thumbs up button for me. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. The goal with these videos is to find ways to still eat healthy, right? Not blow all of our calories out of the water, not get enough protein, not get too much sugar, but still enjoy tasty foods. Like if I was served this at a restaurant, if I ordered sliders and they brought these out, I'd be totally fine with it. To be honest, I think when you cook at home, you kind of put some of your like love and time into it, as cliche as that sounds, but like when you cook at home and you take the time with it and you have a finished product like this, man, something about it, man. I'd rather make this at home and eat than I will go out and order this same thing. Damn. Game changer recipe, A+. Those dinner rolls, the butter, the lean beef, and the 2 different types of cheeses. This is incredible. So I'm probably gonna have another sandwich or 2 more because I can, because these are really macro friendly. And then I'm gonna clean up a little bit and then we're gonna go over everything here. Let's go. Ooh, that was incredible. And I need something even more incredible to wash it down with. What do we got here? You should know what that is. No, it ain't swamp water. Final Boss greens mixed with branched chain amino acids, which we just got the bundle up on finalbossperformance.com. If you wanna save some money and get both the branched chains and the greens, get on there, use code RJF10, finalbossperformance.com. Save you some money. Be healthier. Or just put some greens on your Philly cheesesteaks, whichever one you want to do. So good. Also on Amazon too. So now let's break down the numbers. That recipe made 20 servings if we're considering each sandwich a serving, and we got 20. Each sandwich has only 3 grams of fat, 18 grams of protein, and 12.5 grams of carbs, which adds up to 149 calories a slider. Not too bad. And if you wanted to make this even lower calorie with even more protein and a little bit less fat, all you have to do is use the mozzarella cheese, where I ended up using the pepper jack, and you're good to go. But with macros like that, like I can eat like 6 of those and not even worry about it throwing me off my plan for the day. So I love it, I love it, I love it. Something you really only see at restaurants, you know? So when you pull this out or you take this to a party or something like that, people are gonna think you're a living legend, a god amongst mere mortals. It ain't that hard to cook. You literally just follow directions and that's it. Do exactly what I did and you're gonna be fine. So if you try this, let me know what you end up thinking about it. I appreciate you guys as always for watching these videos, and I got even more coming. I promise you guys that. Thank you so much. Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield came out today, along with Jedi Fallen Order. I know, wild swerve, but I will be putting live gameplay of that on my gaming channel. Link in description, Remington Games. Make sure you subscribe to that if you're into that sort of thing. If you're not, hey, we can all be winners. Thank you guys for watching. I will see each and every one of y'all at the next video. Peace. Smash that thumbs up too.